persons having business that come before the Honorable Judges of the Court of Common Pleas in and for the County of Montgomery, here hold in the state, let them come forth and appear, and they shall be heard. God save the Commonwealth. In this honorable court, the Honorable Marino J. Rossinis, Jr., now presiding.
Good morning. Please be seated. First of all, I'd like to welcome you today to the naturalization ceremonies that are being held here at North Penn Senior High School. I'm going to go along with tradition and say a few welcoming remarks of my own before I start the presentations. I think it's highly fitting and appropriate that I be allowed to address this assemblage today for 4 reasons. First one is a young man who came over here at approximately the age of 19. His name was Luigi Rosanese. He took the oath of allegiance to this country sometime in the early 20s. Subsequently, he married a young lady named Caterina Mirati, who also came to this country as an immigrant with her parents at the age of 3 years old. The third person is a gentleman by the name of Vincenzo Giovangrossi. He came over here with his brother and also had taken the oath of allegiance to this country as a young man. He was approximately 23 years of age. He subsequently married a young lady named Caterina Brun, who was born in Romania, of Italian parentage, whose ancestral home was in the Friuli area of the Republic of Italy. Naturally, these 4 people are my grandparents, and why I'm addressing you today and the gist of my short talk is that they, like you, have stood before a dignitary who had offered them the oath of allegiance to this country and had offered them the American dream. They, like you, had the aspirations to come to a new country, to accept the principles of the new country, and hopefully through dedication and hard work, make a life for themselves and their children that was better than that they left. Ladies and gentlemen, the American dream is still alive. That dream of having, by work and dedication, a life for your children that is better than your own. And witness the fact that the person speaking to you now, an elected judge of the Court of Common Pleas of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, is a direct descendant of immigrant stock from the Republic of Italy. So the American dream is still alive, it's there, and after the taking of the oath of allegiance by you, I welcome you with open arms to that American dream. Without further ado, I'm going to get into the ceremony, and I call on Dr. Bond, the principal of the North Penn Senior High School, to give his welcoming remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. It is indeed a privilege to welcome you to North Penn High School on behalf of the North Penn School District's Board of Directors, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Alan Elko, myself as principal, the students and staff at North Penn High School say welcome to you for this naturalization ceremony. As Your Honor has stated, I stand before you also as an example of the American dream. I stand before you as a direct descendant of slaves, and I stand before you as the principal of North Penn High School, where the minority population is 12%. I am very proud to say that I have been here for 7 years, and the American dream is extremely alive and well in North Penn. And we are doubly pleased to have this particular ceremony here, and we welcome all of you. We welcome you. We welcome you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I will ask at this point Examiner Ronald Storch if there is anything to present before the court at this time. Mr. Storch?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
It is my privilege to present 86 applicants for United States citizenship. These applicants have been examined under oath by an officer of the United States Immigration and Naturalization Service and have been found to be fully qualified for United States citizenship in all respects. Today, I have personally verified that all applicants continue to be so qualified. Therefore, Your Honor, the government respectfully moves that the oath of allegiance be administered to the applicants.
All right, thank you, Mr. Storch. I call upon the Honorable William E. Donnelly, Prothonotary of the Court of Common Pleas of Montgomery County, at this point to administer the oath to the applicants. Mr. Donnelly?
Will petitioners please rise, raise your right hand, and when I have finished reading the oath of allegiance, please say I do. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and adjure all allegiance or fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of which or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combat service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, and that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me God. Please say I do. Let me be the first to welcome all citizens of the United States.
I now call upon the North Penn School choir, concert choir to perform the rendition of Hand in Hand for us.
chorus will sing the official song from the 1988 Olympics in Seoul, Korea. But first we have some students who will translate for you the main theme of this song, which is, hand in hand we stand all across the land. We can make this a better place in which to live. We will hear Maria and Ruby speaking in Filipino, Marika in Finnish, Petra in Slovak, Phil in Czech, Vanessa in Italian, Natalie in German, Dashika and Primi in Indian, Catherine and Amanda in Spanish, Amy in Vietnamese, Dave and Yun in Korean, Renata in Polish, and as we sing, Rael will give it to us in sign language.
Käsi kädessä me seisomme kaikkialla maailmassa. Me voimme tehdä tästä maailmasta paremman paikan elää.
손에 손잡고 벽을 넘어서 우리 사는 세상 더욱 살기 좋도록.
Keď spojíme naše ruky okolo zeme, svet sa je krajším miestom pre život.
Silkujúca můžeme zlepšit náš svět pro život.
Đây chúng ta nói rộng để lớn, làm cho thế giới này trở nên tốt đẹp hơn. Trong đó chúng ta cùng sống.
Mano a mano, unidos podemos hacer un mundo mejor para vivir.
Una mano unita en tutta la parte del mondo noi possiamo creare un luogo migliore per vivere.
Hand in Hand, wir alle stehen über das Land. Wir können die Welt, in der wir leben, verbessern. Hand in Hand, wir beginnen zu verstehen. In Einigkeit, lass uns die Mauern niederreißen, die immer zwischen uns waren.
आज આપણે બધા જુદા જુદા દેશોમાંથી ભેગા થયા છે તે માટે આપણે બધા હાથમાં પકડીને એવું પ્રેયર કરશું કે આપણે સંતુલિત રહેશું.
Trzymając dłoń w dłoń, wszyscy stoimy poprzez całą ziemię. Możemy tworzyć ten świat lepszym miejscem, w którym możemy lepiej żyć.
court wishes to thank the choir master, the accompanist, and the choir for that excellent rendition. And I think that I would be remiss if I didn't mention the excellence of the rendition that the band assembled behind me had given during the opening of this presentation. So why don't we give them a round of applause. At this point, I would like to call upon Mr. Storch and Mr. Donnelly to assist me in the granting of the awards of Certificate of Citizenship to the applicants. Mr. Storch, Mr. Donnelly.
Shushman Dushi from India. Mary Pan from the People's Republic of China. Louis Hui from Vietnam. Dina Patel from India. Dominic Dinh from Vietnam. R.T. Dinh from Vietnam. Giselle Kellius from Germany. Miranda DiMarco from Mexico. Christy Nekowitz from Malaysia. Shaul Raki from India. Marian Machka from Poland. Naveed Kim Tier from Cambodia. Wei Cam Andu from Vietnam. Vladislav Ivkovic from Czechoslovakia. Joseph Bonsignori from Italy. Elsa Camarota from El Salvador. Diane Kim from Korea. Wang Q Tran from Vietnam. Ann M. Ford from Canada. Min Kim from Korea. Young Koo from Cambodia. Coral Forward from the United Kingdom. George Munter from Israel. An Dinh from Vietnam. Aran Jaswal from India. Chung Tu from Korea. Chung Lee from Korea. Ha-Young Lee from Korea. John Kang from Korea. Margaret Tarazuski from Poland. Irena Wolchek from Poland. Moore White from the Philippines. David Hunter from Afghanistan. Catherine Carbongal from the Philippines. Poonam Juneja from India. Sangku Park from Korea. Navarjit David Bora from India. Phyllis Taylor from Canada. Giovanni Remo from Italy. Yuri Kremenets from the Ukraine. Yevgenia Kremenets from the Ukraine. And Irene Kremenets from the Ukraine. T.T. Nguyen from Vietnam. Amit Parikh from India. Yang Hua Han from People's Republic of China. Anilbai Desai from India. Dinesh Dushi from India. Ayat Mazude from Afghanistan. Humayun Yakimi from Iran. Nazrin Mashhadi Yakimi from Iran. Sungwai Wu from the People's Republic of China. Songming Wu from the People's Republic of China. Selena Rodati from Poland. Genevieve Majka from Poland. Alicia Wolzinski from Poland. Lakshmi Atchison from India. Yoon-hee Cho from Korea. Thomas Lee from Vietnam. Anatol Paitek from Poland. Tuan H. Nguyen from Vietnam. Jeff Arvasoli from Iran. Lisa Yim from Korea. Anthony Forward from the United Kingdom. Bernadette Caparas from the Philippines. Mary Berman from Ireland. Rosemary Rayhill from the United Kingdom. Emil Volku from Romania. Audrey Edwin from the United Kingdom. Janal Patel from India. Samuel Fang from the People's Republic of China. And Lily Fang from the People's Republic of China. Sai-Fei Chang from the People's Republic of China. Corpo Maku Prolet from Liberia. Ryan James Watts from Canada. Susan Daniel from India. Paul Shaw from India. Ahmed Chongthai from Pakistan. Victor Gill from Colombia. Hans Raj Shala from India. Pramlata Shala from India. Hong Quoc Tran from Vietnam. Shahid Youssef from Pakistan. So Young Im from Korea. Mona Wewori from India. Sanya Wewori from India. Let's give our new citizens another round of applause.
Again, for the recipients of the awards of citizenship, I again welcome you with open arms to our country to partake in our government and our citizenship, and I congratulate you all again for achieving this goal. At this point, it's a great pleasure and an honor for me to call upon my law school classmate, the Honorable John Fox, Commissioner for the County of Montgomery, to offer some remarks to you. Mr. Fox?
Thank you, Honor. I say to our newest citizens, fellow Americans, welcome. Congratulations. We salute you. Many Americans were born here take their citizenship for granted. You've earned it. And after all, I think we need to harken back to the fact that everyone who came to America was an immigrant. We all came from somewhere else. And we salute you for the efforts you've taken and for what you've done to make this happy day. I got tingles when I saw that one gentleman kiss his new citizenship papers. I salute you all. Let's give them all another round of applause. What makes our country special, I think, is our Constitution and our amendments, which say we have freedom of speech to say what we want to say, give our opinions without fear of the government coming after us. We have the right to assemble, to have whatever religion we want or no religion, the right to participate in government, to run for office, to vote, to have our own positions be heard. We don't always get agreement. That happens to all of us. We don't always get everybody agreeing with us, but we still have the right to speak up. So I invite you to, on behalf of the 680,000 citizens of Montgomery County and the other county commissioners, Mary Amelia, our chairman, and Joseph Hoffman, fellow commissioner, we welcome you. We hope you'll participate in county government, local government, state government, and national government. The sky's the limit. Only your imagination, your creativity, and your enthusiasm could limit you in any way. To the extent any of us here today can help you, professionally, personally, vocationally, in any way possible, we want to help. Our county is very diverse. We're one that has probably the most job opportunities in the state. We definitely have the most educational opportunities. We have the best schools. And obviously, North Bend High School is our shining example. Just 2 years ago, we won the National Excellence Award, the highest number of merit scholars, 52. It has the winning spirit, the highest achievement, and they're growing so big they have to build another campus. Let's give a salute to our North Bend High School hosts. I was speaking to Dr. Baum before we started the program. You know, I've never seen a principal who loves teaching more or loves having students more. I was bragging about the school to him and having been here before, and he says, aren't the students great? He said, where can you have over 200 students be in a choir, have so many students to be in a band? He said, it's keeping me young forever. So I very much salute your principal and your students, the faculty, everyone, and in fact, a new member of the faculty just became an American citizen. Congratulations. I understand her first grade students are here today. Is that right? If they're here in the back. I can salute you all. You know, when it comes to voting, people think, well, you know, one vote doesn't make a difference. But there were 3 presidents that got 1 vote in the Electoral College in order to become president. Jefferson, John Quincy Adams, and Rutherford Hayes. And one of the individuals who voted for Hayes was themselves elected to Congress by 1 vote. For those who remember John Kennedy, he was elected by 1 vote per precinct across the nation in one of the closest elections in history. So 1 vote does make a difference. Your voice makes a difference. And if you don't contribute either in community service or in voting or in letting your thoughts from your heart be known, then you can't make the difference that we want you to do. We want the best for you. We want you to be all you can be. As the choir said, we want to bring people together. We want you all to achieve everything you can and to break down the walls of discrimination and to break down the walls that separate us. We want to join you together with us. We are your fellow Americans. God bless each of you. Thank you.
Thank you, John. I would like to call next Mrs. Jerome Andrews to offer a few remarks on behalf of the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution. Mrs. Andrews?
Your Honor, platform guests, and new citizens, I too knew a man who left his country because of religious persecution. I am a descendant of that man. The year was 1747. The Daughters of American Revolution welcome and congratulate you on your new life as an American citizen. In 1976, our country celebrated its 200th birthday. Brave men at Valley Forge helped to create this country that we love. America means freedom, liberty, and justice. These words are very special. They are what makes America special. Many have died on battlefields to purchase our freedom. Men fought in the American Revolution War and many subsequent wars to maintain American freedom. The price of liberty is not free. Liberty has been described in many ways. In New York Harbor stands the Statue of Liberty. Inscribed are these words by Emma Lazarus, a mighty woman with a torch whose flame is imprisoned lightning. And the name is Mother of Exiles. And this mystic woman with eloquence of silence says, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free." Our courts were instituted to ensure justice for all. Now that you have become a citizen of the United States of America, you too have the right to freedom, liberty, and justice, established by our forefathers. America is not a thing or a place. America is something spiritual. You cannot feel it with your fingers. You must feel it in your heart and soul. You cannot photograph it. You must sense it and treasure it. America is for you a land of opportunity. Love your chosen country. Stand up for your country. Defend your country. And thank God daily for your new country. Grasp every opportunity. Learn to take advantage of every opportunity. Shoulder your responsibilities. God bless you, and may you and your children go far in the future as citizens of the United States.
Thank you, Mrs. Andrews. I will call again upon Dr. Juan Vaughn, the principal of the North Penn Senior High School, to introduce two speakers who are students at North Penn, one of whom is going to give us a very special address. Doctor?
Thank you, Your Honor, and again, it is indeed a privilege to be at this place at this time, for this is America at its best. And we're very pleased to acknowledge that the two gentlemen in the rear, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Fennemeyer, who is our Director of Activities, to his Secretary, Linda Schatz, and to Mr. Twyford, who are standing in the rear for helping to coordinate this, representing North Penn High School this morning. We say thank you to you. It is indeed a privilege for me to introduce two students from North Penn High School who will be our main speakers this morning. We're not sure whether this is the first time that we've had two students be the main speakers, but we are sure it's the first time in our memory, and we're proud of that. The first student speaker is Laura Merzick. Laura is a junior and an honor roll student here at North Penn High School. She will be inducted into the National Honor Society this evening. Laura was selected to the district and regional course. She is also a member of the North Penn Chamber Singers and had a role in our high school production, The Sound of Music, during the last school year. Our second speaker is Swati Doshi. Swati is a senior and a recipient of our academic award here at North Penn. She is also a member of the National Honor Society and is active member of the Student Government Association. She is also communication coordinator for that senior class government, and Swati is the school board liaison to the North Penn High School. Laura and Swati.
I stand before you today as a naturally born citizen, a product of the American melting pot. My mother's paternal grandparents had a German name, had Austrian birth certificates, and spoke Polish. My paternal great-grandparents came from Scotland by way of Nova Scotia. And although my last name is German, my father's ancestry is mostly English. These people, whom I have never met, came to America under great hardship, but they came. And so have many of you. You have my admiration for the courage you have shown in leaving the comfort of the known for a new life in a new land. As a young person looking in on an adult world, I am becoming increasingly aware of the never-ending demand for people's rights. It is mentioned almost nightly on the evening news, and the list seems to be growing. More freedoms are demanded of our government and of our society every day. Rights are something we all hold very dear. In fact, they are much of the framework that the institution of America has been built on. This is the essence of the American dream, to recognize and protect the rights of individuals. But with these rights also comes responsibility. Have you ever heard of anyone demand his or her responsibilities? Without fulfilling our obligation as Americans, our rights lose their meanings, and their existence is impossible to maintain. Amidst our duties, 3 stood out as the most outstanding obligations we as American citizens must satisfy. The first I present today is the responsibility to treat others as you would like to be treated. In my own life, I know I want to be treated as a person. I would like people to accept my differences without belittling me. These differences may be in my religious beliefs, in my cultural heritage, or in my way of life. I suspect that you have a similar desire. But in order to expect this respect of others, we must choose to practice it. Think about some of the conflicts occurring in the world right now, today, in places like Bosnia, Haiti, Somalia, and the Middle East. A simple application of this principle, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, centuries ago, on the most personal levels, would have meant that today's waging wars would probably have been averted. That sounds simplistic, but it isn't. Doing to others as you would have them do to you has been the golden rule for thousands of years, but it remains a truth today. Another responsibility that we have as Americans is to be honest. We, living in a civilized culture, have a framework of laws which helps to protect us and to provide a sense of security. But in order for those laws to work, we must choose to obey them. This is the practice of honesty. Choosing to do what's right, although it may not be advantageous economically, socially, or politically, still is the best policy. Imagine a world in which no one stole anything. Or think of a place where no one cheated. No speeding, no cheating on tests, no phony excuses, whether it be from another person or from the government. Although a place like that is a utopian ideal, it truly can become a reality if people simply applied honesty to their lives. Honesty and truthfulness are the basis of trust, and trust is a foundation upon which a society can survive and thrive. Participating in the political process is the final responsibility which I present to you tonight. Such things as voting, a very uncomplicated right and responsibility we are blessed with in this country, must be exercised in order to maintain and improve the American institution. Sometimes voting can be looked upon as an inconvenience, but it is a precious gift that allows us to voice our opinion and choose our leaders. As an American citizen, you may also be called upon to serve on a jury. I urge you to do so. This is one way you can participate responsibly in the integral process of justice. You are, in essence, helping to determine another group's or individual's rights and their place in society. Without each of us choosing to fulfill these responsibilities, our rights are in jeopardy. We cannot expect others to accept our differences if we cannot in turn accept theirs. We cannot expect others to be honest with us if we cannot be honest towards them. We cannot expect the American way to function solely by itself if we cannot recognize that we are that American way. We make up our government, the offices, the local chapters, the school districts, and without our active, devoted, honest, responsible participation, the American way suffers and could possibly die. This ceremony would be pointless. However, by the sheer fact that you sit here as new citizens of the United States, and as I stand here before you, we know that this American dream continues. I congratulate you, and I thank you for allowing me to be a part of this very special day. Thank you.
Hello and good morning. First, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you, the new citizens of the best country in the world. I am not just giving this prestigious title to America from native bias. I'm giving this title to America because it deserves the title. In fact, that is the best thing about being an American citizen. For in this great land of opportunity, every citizen receives a chance to be treated equally and to be able to express their hearts and minds at any time. However, these vast opportunities may appear to backfire on you. You may have already encountered a crude or ignorant person who will snicker at your accent, or people who may tell you, "Go back where you came from." These abominable remarks will hurt. But you must see the hidden beauty behind these remarks. They may laugh at your accent, but your accent only shows that you know one more language than the next person. Please, do not be ashamed of your accent. Instead, take pride in your ethnic diversity, for your diversity only adds to the beauty of America. Furthermore, becoming an American citizen in itself requires much courage. Adopting the citizenship of the United States of America is a very profound commitment. It means you have pledged your loyalty and allegiance to a new land, which has replaced all former allegiances. I know this was difficult and took courage, because I have seen my father's own skepticism of transferring his strong bonds of loyalty towards India to the United States of America. It took my father 15 years to apply for citizenship, and I've often asked him why it took him so long, but he never really gave me a straight answer. Maybe he felt left out because my mother, my sister, and I are all citizens. Or maybe he felt excluded when his friends and colleagues would discuss who they would vote for. Maybe my father was just proud of America and grateful to this land for all the opportunities it bestowed upon him and our family. Whatever his reasons were, I know he is sitting here today, proud to be a new American citizen. I'm proud of you, Dad. Being true to America does not preclude pride in one's culture and ethnic heritage. As new citizens, you must learn to differentiate between cultural and patriotic ties. I have personally struggled over deciding whether I considered myself an American or an Indian. But through time, I have learned that being an American allows me to acknowledge my Indian ethnicity. We are all each unique and essential components of a wonderfully diverse country. It is important to me as a first-generation American to appreciate and share with others my family's ethnic diversity. I must share my culture because it is my responsibility to show the community the beauty in being different. Don't just try to blend in with society and hide your diversity, for your diversity is your strength. In fact, one of America's many strengths is its diversity in cultures. I can assure you that life in America is truly wonderful. When you vote, you will have a say as to who will govern your country and who will represent your views from the national levels right down to the local school board elections. The greatest thing about being an American citizen is that all across the land, you will be perceived as an independent individual. I congratulate you all on becoming a citizen, because being an American citizen means living in harmony with liberty, hand in hand with your fellow citizens.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what America is all about. When we can have two youngsters as diverse as these two young ladies come before us and present their thoughts to us in such a manner, with the excellence of the presentation, the clarity of the thought and content of their messages was absolutely excellent. I am duly impressed. The court is deeply impressed by both presentations. I'm deviating from the program at this point to express my personal appreciation to them for speaking to the assemblage and for the excellence of their remarks and their presentations. I presently sit on juvenile court, and it is extremely gratifying to me to sit among youngsters in this county that show the excellence in the task that they have chosen, whether it be in public speaking or in singing with the choir and playing with the band. Again, I think we should all give a round of applause, especially for the two speakers, but also for the other youngsters that are assembled here today and have presented before us. And again, on a personal note, I want to congratulate Dr. Vaughn for the program that he is presenting here at the high school, which enables these youngsters to present in the excellent manner that they have today. Dr. Bourne, I congratulate you. Back onto the program, I will ask the assemblage to rise at this point while the North Penn High School Color Guard enters and takes their position on the stage. Please rise. Thank you. Please be seated. The court now calls upon Mr. Frank Iola, Esquire, to offer a tribute to the American flag. Mr. Iola.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. And with the court's permission, I would like to welcome and greet the family and friends, the student and faculty this morning to our ceremony. I, too, would be remiss in not joining with Judge Rossini's and Commissioner Fox in recognizing the excellent performance of Dr. Bond's students in their presentation, both musically and orally this morning. To the new citizens and your families, this is certainly a proud moment in your life. This morning, when you received your certificate of naturalization and the American flag, you have obtained a very cherished status in this world order. Citizen of the United States of America. An American citizen possesses what people all over this globe desire: the basic freedoms of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All these rights are symbolized by the American flag wherever it is flown. For a moment, let us gaze upon the American flag and its colors of red, white, and blue. It occurs to me that these colors have a very profound significance. Red represents the blood of the men who died in the Revolutionary War so that this country might be given its birth. In the Civil War, to abolish slavery and preserve the Union. In our expeditionary forces overseas, to promote the cause of freedom and peace on earth. White represents the high quality and brand of justice which you may expect to receive and do obtain in the courts all over the land. Blue is symbolic of the majesty of our wonderful Constitution, that guarantees for each and every one of us freedom of thought, freedom of speech, worship, and press, and to be able to move freely at will without fear from the Atlantic coast to the shores of the Pacific. May the sight of our flag stimulate you to the performance of your full duty in the preservation and defense of all that it represents. Old Glory, the red, white, and blue, the Stars and Stripes, or the Star-Spangled Banner, whatever you wish to call it, love it dearly and respect it highly. This evening, when you have time to reflect on the day's proceedings, you can now say, I am an American citizen of one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much, my fellow Americans.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will now ask you to rise and recite with me the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, after which the band will give its rendition of the national anthem. court now calls upon Philip D. Weiss, Esquire, President of the Montgomery County Bar Association, for his address. Mr. Weiss?
Your Honor, I am here to greet and congratulate all of the new citizens on behalf of the Montgomery Bar Association, which is the professional association for lawyers in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. The Montgomery County Court has been dispensing justice since the 1700s. Lawyers in this country and in this county have always had an important part in the administration of justice. They continue in this significant role, protecting rights, solving disputes, and counseling on legal matters. The Bar Association and lawyers have also played a significant part in arranging this naturalization court today. Our American Citizenship Committee and its chairs, Stephen Imms and John Rule, have done a marvelous job in planning and directing this event. We thank them, and we also thank Judge Rossinis, who has done a magnificent job, the speakers, the choir, the band, and all of the participants who have made this day so special. We are especially congratulating those who have become American citizens.
Thank you, Mr. Weiss. I now call upon the choir master, the choir, and the band to give their rendition of America the Beautiful. All right, at this point, we're going to close the ceremony. I will invite all the participants and the guests to meet with me in the hallway. We're going to have a slight repast, and this is being sponsored by the Montgomery County Federation of Women's Clubs. I will ask Mr. Macchio now to close this special session of the Court of Common Pleas. Mr. Macchio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this court is now adjourned. Thank you.